Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and I'd like to welcome you to springtime. This springtime painting is going to be cherry blossoms that are being poured on a very fluidy background. As you can see right here, this painting turned out to be beautiful. I'm going to show you step by step how I got there. Come on, let's get going. All right, I have an idea for a pour that I want to do. I have this beautiful tree that's across the street, and it's this flowering cherry tree that's got these deep pink flowers that just sing to me. So I want to do a bit of a dirty pour to start off with, and then I'm going to bring some branches across with a little bit of some pink flowers to really set it off. So I am thinking that we're going to have DecoArt Island Blue. And I'm doing this way so you can see. I am putting just the bottom of this cup. There's probably about a tablespoon of paint. And I am using some Golden Polymer Medium Gloss. And it's about the same amount. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon in here. Right there. So what I did was the same amount of paint to medium. Just like that. I know sometimes you guys want to see what it looks like when I'm mixing. So that's what I did. And that's exactly how I do my mixing most of the time, unless I'm doing a real experiment where I'm trying to be a little bit more scientific. I have a 5 milliliter pipette, and right now it has about 3 milliliters in it, and I'm only going to put about 1 milliliter of water into this paint. I just want to loosen it up just a tiny bit. This Island Blue has a lot of white in it. Then I'm using the Behr Premium Plus Ultra Nano White with the Golden Polymer Medium. And again, it is the same thing. It was 1 part of paint to exactly the same measure, 1 part of Golden Polymer Medium. And this had about a milliliter of water added to it. So I'm going to pour some of that white into the bottom of this cup. Then I'm going to drop a little bit of that white on one corner, or one end and coming across. I have more white already mixed up. Then I'm going to pour some of this blue in, the Island Blue. And I have some of the Tutti Fruity Pink that is the same Crafters Acrylics by DecoArt, and mix the same way with the 1 part paint, 1 part medium. And a little bit more of that blue. And a bit more of the white. I want this to end up being actually very soft for the colors, although I am going to pour a bit of this pink down here at the bottom corner, sort of mirroring what I did with the white up above. There we go. Just getting it worked out so that when I do my flip cup, it will have some place for the paint to be flowing to. I find that a dry canvas, the paint it does unexpected things. We'll put it that way. And unexpected things can be very, very nice. From time to time, I like it when it's unexpected. But this one, I want a little bit of Sorry about that. I want a little bit of a known quantity here. So right now I'm just tipping this upside down. This container that I used was actually an applesauce cup. If you buy those little fruit cups or applesauce cups or the little Jello cups, those are 4-ounce cups. So you can use those as a 4-ounce measure, or just, wash them out and use them to do your dirty pours. Your, keeping them around for at least one more use beyond being the food. I'm just trying to get as much of this dripped down as I can. And I may or may not have even made enough paint. Ooh, look at the inside of that. Oh, that's pretty. There we go. So now we're going to let it go to the side, come down and across, and then work its way back up. Look at that. Fun stuff. Now it's going to hit that white. It's going to just go zooming around. And down to that pink. And now I'm going to let it fall over the edge a little bit. Just getting it all the way around. Just look at that. That is just so pretty, soft, gentle colors. There we go. All right. So now, what I want to do is I'm actually going to let it just sort of work its way down all the way across the other side. Look at that. Oh, that is just so pretty. Just dripping off. Okay, so we're going to rotate. I see a little edge that I want to catch right there. Let that drip off on that side. And then I am going to just throw this straight down on here. I'm not too worried about it. My table is pretty level. All right, I have some of this Black Flash color shift paint. It actually shifts between gold and black. There, you can even see a little bit of that in there. See that little bit of gold? I have picked it up with one of those pipettes, because what I want to do is draw a branch across here. So I'm going to get it started. And then we'll join back in and get another branch. And the nice thing about it is if there's some little bubble bumps or whatever, cherry branches are actually very gnarly. And we're going to do one more branch, I think, coming up. Oops, I do want to have it go all the way off the edge. There we go. Maybe one more little one. Coming that way. That is cool. I'm going to squirt the rest of this paint back into my little cup. And this paint was mixed exactly the same way as all of the others. If it was a tablespoon of paint, it was a tablespoon of medium. This is looking really cool. They're spreading a little bit more, which is something that I'm working this out for a bigger project. I want to do a 12 by 12, which is going to be twice the size of this. This is just a little 6 by 6 canvas. So now I'm going to grab the pipette and suck up some of that pink, the Tutti Fruity pink. And I am just sucking that up with my pipette here. And I'm going to put some dots. I'm going to go a bigger dot. Do some big dots. And then maybe see if I can get some smaller drops. Maybe. To make it sort of like cherry blossoms. And the neat thing is this is something that you can do any time of year, any type of tree, any type of blossom that you want. Big bubbles, just pop them with the end of your pipette. And you don't have to have the flowers even attached to the branch. And look at that. Very abstract, very stylized. And now, just because I want to add a tiny bit of interest to these flowers, I'm going to take some of the white. Get that. My stick is sort of stuck to the cups. There we go. So you squeeze out the air in the pipette and then you suck the paint up inside. Just like that. And then you go and just put little drops. And you really don't even have to squeeze the paint out. You just sort of get it down to the tip and just, just sort of get it down to the tip and just touch. Sometimes you'll get big drops of paint. Sometimes you'll get little tiny spots. That is actually really cool. Now I am working this out as I'm doing this, so I'm not, 100% certain what's going to happen. Ooh, that was a big blop. Some of these flowers are laying over the top of each other. Some of it, the pink is actually sinking down in more than I was expecting. Ooh, that was a big white one. So there we go. Ooh, all right. That's looking really cool. But then, just because I guess I'm not going to be able to leave well enough alone, I want a little bit of the flamingo pink Acrylics that was mixed into the Golden Polymer Medium. And this does seem to be looser, a little bit, seems to be moving a little bit differently. But this is going to be shiny and sparkle just a little bit. Not a lot, not a ton, because we're not going to be on a dark, dark background. But this is also helping to sort of intensify some of those flower spots. Whoops, that's a bubble. And that's a really big drop. And I may be going ahead and putting some more of that pink back out here too. That's cool. So we've got our Sakura blossoms going on here right now. And I think I am going to go ahead and do another drop of those pink flowers. So I'm just picking up some more of that lovely Tutti Frutti pink Crafter's acrylic. One of the neat things that's happening here is that these flowers are they're making these rings. So they're very, very abstract. But something that I saw that made me think that I even wanted to try this was I saw this one video that someone posted on Facebook of nail art where they were making these flowers with the fluid paints or the fluid fingernail polishes. And it made me think, that seems a lot like the fluid acrylics. I wonder if we can get some of those effects. So I am actually going to put one more drop of white in these, or in some of them, not all of them. But some of these bigger ones I think are going to get another drop of white. Because that means they're just going to get even bigger. Oh, look how it's making these branches more craggy. And yes, some of them are disappearing. I may put a branch back in. And I think something that I may go ahead and do is just sort of lift these up just a bit using a stick. Just to lift them up just a smidge off the table. See, I'm reusing things that have already been used before, so it's not like I'm wasting. I will use these sticks multiple times. There we go. Now, what I want is to find my pointy stylus. All right, I went and found my little ball end stylus, which is like a nail tool. So let's see. We are going to go and draw in. Wipe the paint off and draw in. And look at that. We're getting the flower. Draw in. You do it 5 times on the flower. 2, 3, 4. Oops. I guess that one's going to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one right here should get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at those. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And not all of them are going to have that many petals. Some of them are going to be less petals. Oh, I hope that this is not so thick that the paint just starts doing crazy things. I will be taking a picture of this before it's dry and after it's dry, and I will post both. And we'll see, because this is an experiment and you're along for the ride. We're just going to see how this is going to work. I mean, it's not, it doesn't have to be perfect and it doesn't have to work. That's one of the things with experiments. I want you guys to see that it doesn't always have to work perfectly the first time you try something. If it doesn't work, that's okay. I'm learning something. But I'm having fun making these into flowers now. Just dragging the paint through. And what I'm doing is I'm wiping off the tip of this each time. This is real interesting how some of these branches are starting to get very, 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 very skinny. I might even drag that down so that some of that lighter color flows down into this branch. And maybe even draw up along the edge of it. And see what happens if I draw some of that branch out. Because remember, we're experimenting. And we are having fun. I'm having fun. I don't know if you're having fun. I hope you are. Okay, so before I go off and let this dry, I am actually going to put a couple more flowers up in this area because I want a little bit more color over here. And we're just going to drop white into those and then drop some of that Acrylics, and I get the bubble off the end. There we go. Some Acrylics into the center. That's that flamingo pink. And I'm not even sure how that's going to dry when it's all done. But that's all I'm going to put on there. And then I'm going to draw from the outside in, 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 in. They may end up looking like butterflies. Let's see if I pull out. Nope, not liking pulling out. And we'll just get a few more flowers. Part of this is because I'm just having fun making them. And part of it's because I wanted a little bit more color. And we do have a lot of paint on here. So, all right, we're going to pick this up just really quick so you can see before it dries, that's what it's looking like. Look at those flowers. So pretty. I don't want to keep it tipped too long because I don't want to shift it too much. If you're enjoying this video, click that like button, share the video on your social media, Subscribe to the channel and click the bell so that you'll be notified when new videos go up. And leave me a comment. Let me know. Did you like this? Do you want to see more where I try to make an actual picture with this flowing paint? And as always, go out, do something creative, take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. I hope I see you back here real soon. Bye-bye.